We don't have the mic. We gotta go get the mic. Can't do the show without the mic. Welcome to Sean Believable Show Live, episode number 7. I'm going to start off by attaching this lovely Blue Yeti mic. This is what we've been using to handle the audio. We're using that's the pattern that we're using. Gain about 75%. So far it sounded pretty good, so I'm just going to keep rolling with that right now. Could be a slight bit of interference when I plug it in, so excuse that. minutes to start. Just rocking a couple standard yoga mats. What up, Keith? What up, Keith? Thanks for joining the show. All right, so can you see me? Back a touch. Now I think we're in business. Welcome to the Sean Believable Show live. This is episode 7, Monday morning. It is 10 a.m. if you on the East Coast. We're going to start as we do with the AM episodes. Anything that's going to be usually Monday or Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Those are all going to start with the 4-part warm-up. So that's going to be about 30 minutes of yoga. 30 to 40 minutes of yoga, let's say 5 to 10 minutes of functional strength training, then it's going to be 5 to 10 minutes of like a running warm-up, then it's going to be a 10-minute freestyle dance. The first 2 parts, part 1 yoga and part 2, it's funny, I wonder if the wrong people are coming today. That would be hilarious. We shall see. No, guys, Martin. Anyway, that could happen. Hopefully not. But we're going to go through reviewing some products. But like I said, we're going to do the 4-part warm-up, yoga, functional strength training, running, freestyle dance. You're going to be introduced to my mountain bike, the Levo Turbo, which is part of the highly tested program. It got introduced back in October of 2022. Bike has been through a lot, but it's in like a really good place right now. So today I'm going to do my 4-part routine, which I always do before I go mountain biking. The next step is typically the bike pre-check, so I'm going to share that today, and I'm also going to share some products related to doing that. So there's a Park Tool mobile race stand that I use when I'm here, or I use my Kawat rack on the back of my bike rack. It has a built-in one, so that'll be featured in some of the episodes. But anyway, so you'll get to see me actually do my mountain bike maintenance pre-check out here on the Lanai today. So this is live from the Lanai. Hopefully you can hear it all right. And yeah, we're going to jump right into it. First 2 parts will be ambient, Zen, meditation, nice Florida weather, followed by there's some specific mantras and different sayings I use to help me kind of get focused for the routine. They're also somewhat meditative, so some of the techniques I use you can find, or like the reference I have is the Netflix Headspace for Meditation is one of my faves. They have like 10 episodes that all have a bunch of really great techniques to it. So a lot of times when I'm doing some of the sayings, it's also part of almost like a body scan to kind of help me like acknowledge and recognize each body and part and kind of get it in sync and tuned up for what I'm going to do. So I find that if I do that, I just have like a much greater capacity at whatever activity I'm going after. So again, that's kind of what the 4-part warm-up's all about. I've used it for everything from obstacle course races to trade shows and sales presentations to golfing to dancing to just about anything. So that's pretty much how I use it. So welcome to the show. I got a couple things I'm going to be adding into Highly Tested. HighlyTested.com will be coming soon. It'll have a list of basically all these different products that I have in a testing cycle. Once they reach a 5-year, they'll be ready to have a video and written essay produced for them. And once those are produced, then you'll be able to find those on HighlyTested.com. And then as products are going through that testing cycle, once they've kind of reached approval, we'll end up putting them onto doesn'tsuck.shop potentially as well. So that would be another place that you might be able to find it. So while it's on highlytested.com, we may have links to the products on their own websites and stuff like that. You might be able to find it that way if you're interested. We may end up actually selling the products ourselves as well. So I do apologize if there's going to be landscape sounds and stuff. Part of this show and the lack of being able to have a controlled studio and trying to do it outdoor, and what makes it also comedy, is that like I'm committed to kind of showing up for this just the same way I show up for my routine, and we may have some interruptions, but that's not going to stop the show. We're going to just work with it. If that gets too loud, I'll just end up turning the music on sooner, and I'll turn the gain on the mic down. So basically, if the landscaping noise gets too annoying, we'll switch some music on, turn the gain on the mic way down. So let's get started. All right, so I featured these on the show already. These are the Vibram V-Train. I've been using these for over 5 years now. These definitely qualify for the video and essay. I've got lots of great footage of me using these in all sorts of fun areas. I'm pretty much addicted to these now. Like, my body gets pretty mad if I wear anything else too long. Like, I'll sometimes get almost like sciatica type feeling if I wear like regular shoes. One exception, and I wanted to talk about these, is, and I mentioned this on episode 5, was that I would love to do a collab between these. So like, I want to take basically these, and these are my riding shoes, which are 510 Adidas purchased 510, so they are co-branded. But these are great shoes. The Stealth, love them. Been riding a couple different color versions of them. Honestly, great shoe. But I will say, I do wish I could take these two and combine them, and basically make a version of this that just has like a little more reinforcement, but still kind of can still have some of the toe box that this has. Anyway, it's something that I'd love to like test and develop over time. So that's part of this show, is that, you know, hopefully maybe I can establish a relationship with Vibram and Adidas and 510, and maybe work on actually doing a collab where I can work with them to develop over time a real product that could be like a mountain bike version of these, or a disc golf or golf version of these, which I have had lots of requests for. And so yeah, anyway. Or you may end up just seeing me sell these on like doesn'tsuck.shop. I am a huge fan. People ask me about them a lot and where they can get them. Pretty much I buy them all from Vibram.com. So if you're interested, you can go to Vibram. I try to buy usually direct from the brands as much as I can, because that usually helps them the most. Anyway, another pair of Aniri socks going in. I really wonder if I'm saying that brand correctly. Anyway, same as the other pair, just a different color. Large, mid-weight, padded cushion trail. I don't buy new socks all the time. It just happens to be during Christmas is usually when I purchase my new socks for the year. They typically have sales and stuff going on too, so I took advantage of that. I will say, like, these products and stuff, I don't have a relationship with them. I've never worked with them before. These are all products that currently I've purchased. Yeah, so we will go ahead. One of the things, if you do wear toe shoes or toe socks, because a lot of people will wear these socks and then wear like, regular shoes or mountain bike shoes or their favorite running shoes, kind of whatever shoe works with your body, honestly, is what is going to work best. I don't really say this is like the solution for everyone. It's just something that I experimented with. I always found the brand fascinating. That was kind of what drew me in. Is I have a category called brands of interest. So I do get to work with brands professionally, where I do business to business sales, and but there's a lot of times I have brands that I'm just kind of like have caught my attention because they're doing something special. And when you've worked with as many brands as me, usually if something catches my attention and I start to dig in, like take a deeper dive into that company, I usually find things that kind of, well, not always, but sometimes reinforce that curiosity of like, oh, there is something unique. So like with Vibram, part of what I found interesting was that some of the best, like mountain bike, or not mountain bike, the best hiking shoes, hiking boots, that kind of stuff. A lot of these different like trail shoes or fitness shoes, a lot of them use Vibram soles. So I was like, well, that's interesting that people go to them for their expertise, especially on these like high-end products. I'm like, they must know a lot about rubber compound. Like there's got to be some people inside of that company that know it. Or a lot of times for me, when I'm working with companies, they've usually highly tested the stuff. Like the ones that are the best are usually the ones that have used and developed the products the most rigorously. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, so that's enough there. So, sorry, rambling a little bit. So when you're wearing the toe shoes, like I said, whether you're doing marathon running or you're doing yoga on your lanai like me, basically, or you're just like running after taking your kids to school, whatever it is, going to work, I always start by trying to get my feet a little low by just wiping them off. And this is usually like, obviously, cleaning the feet. So if I'll take a shower or wash my feet off, especially if I'm, doing any type of like event, like or race or competition or something where I'm going to be pushing it. Definitely always do it, but it's just a good habit in general. Like your feet need a little more love if you're going to wear things that don't have as much support, like zero drop or just very low amounts of padding, because your body's gonna take more of the impact. And it's also just a way to check in and make sure you don't have like any issues, and like your feet are healthy. Things like ingrown toenails and stupid stuff like that, where it's just making sure you're keeping up with your feet, making sure they're nice and happy and healthy. Anyway, so I'll start with the toes. So I have comps for this show. And one of my comps, honestly, because I always would think of it because I do shoe changes like at the trail or at different times. And part of how I wanted to start the show off with doing this process is Mr. Rogers is one of my comps. I like the friendliness and the guests he had and the use of imagination and kind of the mix of the consistency of his show. So I do like this process right here, a way for it to be something that I make as I enjoy instead of it being something that I despise. Like, oh, it takes so much longer, this is annoying. I think of it like Mr. Rogers and the way he would change his shoes when he would get home, like his inside shoes. So that's part of where this comes from. But anyway, love these, brand new. All right, new color. And so then I'll basically go right after we do this, I'm going to go and actually mountain bike today. So I didn't get to do my ride and filming yesterday. So I figured today would be a good test to do my 4-part warm-up. Part 5 is going to be the bike maintenance. And then basically the main activity would be the mountain biking. I wish I could stream it. I may actually attempt to stream it today, so I'm going to go there and I'm going to see if it's possible to get it. Last time I tried to get my GoPros to do the stream, I will say that the Twitch part didn't work, which is very frustrating because I do pay for like the GoPro subscription that gives you like auto cloud upload, which is fantastic. I've been testing that for a while, using it. It's great. But I did turn the auto delete feature off because I've had a couple instances where it would auto upload or thought it did and then deleted the footage and I lost the footage. And it was just, I even bought software to try to, I went through the steps of working with GoPro to see if I could try to recover it, bought software and all that, and basically recovered some stuff that wasn't really usable. So anyway, once I turned the auto delete off, then I loved the auto upload feature. So yeah. Anyway, got to make sure that's working if you're going to be auto deleting something. All right. Okay. So we're gonna start with first 30 minutes of the show was basically the intro. There's always going to be an intro to the show on Monday mornings. Then there'll be the 4-part warm-up. Then usually a part 5, 6, and 7. Just depends on what's going on in the space that I have. I hear them coming. You know what? I think I might just go right to the music here. Nah, we'll just stick with the consistency. I think you might be done in that little section shortly, so we won't worry about starting again. Let's try this direction today. No. We're definitely gonna. soul, family, business, unity, friendship, life. Many teams, many dreams. Teamwork still makes the dream work. Mind, body, soul, family, business, community, country, planet, like the universe landed. Tell me where it's hiding. All the music you are hearing is mine. It can be found on SoundCloud, Sean Believable, everywhere. Gold's Gym strap. It's got 6 loops on each side. This has been being tested for over 5 years. Is ready for its video edit and written essay. So this should be coming soon. Anyway, great strap. Been using a long time. Really no complaints with it. I use the number 2 spot consistently. So. I do everything in balance, so I'll do one side, then I do the other side. I tend to do it in counts of 4 or something. It just depends a little bit on how the body's feeling. Right leg first. Ooh. Right amount of resistance will create positive momentum growth. Normally the first 2 parts are zen, but we got landscaping going on, so just went ahead and turned the music on, and I'll turn it up and down based on if I got people doing yard work nearby or not. Hopefully it sounds okay. I'm still working out the kinks as far as like the settings, so part of each episode is kind of documenting what settings I'm using, and I'm trying to get back and get through as much of the video as I can to see what worked and what didn't and whatnot. So anyway, I did create a post-show checklist, so there'll be a real consistent process that I have. And so within 2 weeks, you should always see the episode that was done live stream on Twitch. It'll be there for 2 weeks, and then basically within those 2 weeks, I'm going to post it to YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. Plus, I'll download original from my safekeeping, and then also post, like the top 5 clips of that episode that kind of break down what was in it, or any of the highlights or anything funny, meme-worthy from there. So, left leg. Nourish and hydrate your mind, body, soul, family, business, community, country. planet. Forgive and appreciate your mind, body, soul, family, business, community, country, planet. Side of this one. Keep it all to the side. Heal and regenerate the mind, body, soul, family, business, community, country, planet. Breakthrough results of matter. Sustainable profit. Transparency and integrity. Professional. Fun. Funny. Who's running circles around you? Sean B running circles around you. 67 degrees for those that are interested. Doesn't suck. Stiff, not having gotten to ride this week. I can tell, like, just doing this and then doing all of my warm-ups on the cement and this pads, it's been a little tough on the body. Yeah, part of the point of this exercise is to wake up, warm up, and observe, to give love, not to judge, to hate, to be spiteful, right? That doesn't really help. So anyway, part of this exercise is that. Boy. Stay focused, shot. Good. attitude affects attitude. Release the stress, not the responsibility. Release the tension, not the function. my yoga blocks. Where's the stand blocks at? Do apologize for the condition of the pool. I'm having some issues with my pool pump, and so that's probably why it looks like it hasn't been running, because it hasn't been running. But it'll be cleaned up in the near future. Just wanted to start. Extra love to the fingers that have been broken. Max check. I think he might be done. Switch. What?
well, that's actually 30 minutes. Also, just confirm that this will uh, loop. Basically, if I watch my stream on the phone and have it Bluetooth paired to my EV30 speaker, that won't work well. So, anyway, it's a good little note and test for later. So, I'm gonna need a way separate to play the music and be able to watch the stream when I'm doing this. So, anyway, all right, let's see here. We are done with the yoga pods. Part one. All right. Hopefully the music was enjoyable and not too loud or crazy. So there we go. 28 minutes. Now let's get to our functional strength training, or what I call functional strength training. It just was like, I think the thing I picked that fit the description of this best, so I've always used it. I'm sure some professionals out there would probably be like, that's not actually functional strength training. But to me, it is. We'll actually start it with this pod. We'll start shoes off. Give the feet a little extra love. And also, like, this is a nice workout for the ankles and the feet. But yeah, I just found when I was getting into wearing the standing shoes and stuff, and I was I have a stand desk, so my desk can go up and down. And so a lot of the times when I'd be standing there, that's how I started getting into the Vibrams, was that I would start wearing them for like an hour or two a day while I was working at my stand desk. This also kind of coincided with me having to recover from getting T-boned, which was lovely, in a car accident, and having like a bunch of disc issues and just like some joint issues in general, TMJ, hip stuff. So I had a bunch of challenges that I was doing rehab and working through, and so I ended up using these as kind of an experiment to see if it would help with some of these issues that I was having. Because like one of the things I learned when you have disc issues is the best thing to do with disc issues is build up the supporting cast of muscles to basically just help support those discs. And so same with a lot of like joint related things. So much of this 4-part routine has a lot to do with trying to help strengthen those things and counter against the repetitive behaviors that we have so often. So, like sitting or just typing all day or driving. Like I used to drive 30 to 40,000 miles a year doing sales. And so this was also a routine I would do to try to just help counter kind of the damages and negative health effects of driving that much. It's just not really that good for your body, and it builds up tons of tension. So anyway, that was part of it. So giving the feet some love. This kind of just gives all my joints some love. It's like, go ahead and get warmed up a little bit without having like really hard impacts from the ground. Well, and there's a few Sean Believable show challenges that we have going on. And where do we have the game at? One of them is this stand block challenge that's kind of been created, I guess, where basically I'm just trying to write out the alphabet with each foot. And so I remember doing this to try to help strengthen my ankles and recover from like sprained ankles and different stuff. Or this is something that I've gotten, this feedback from many different workout professionals, kind of in my from rehab and just friends in the industry, things of that nature. Again, this show is more of a inspiration and comedy show, so there is a fitness aspect to it, but I'm not a fitness professional. So this is just the warm up that I do. So I always do like to put like a disclaimer that this is a collection of things, but I'm not a pro. This environment I'm working in, I would not recommend other people necessarily work out in their lanai or patio this way. Some of it good, padding and stuff, great, but it's more to encourage you to find your warm up. If you do the warm up I do, this is something I have at least been able to do the routine, especially the early parts like the yoga and functional strength training with a wide range of age, from kids to seniors and stuff like that. So anyway, let's continue on to the alphabet challenge. All right, start with the left leg. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Okay. I am all for, constructive feedback if there are actual health professionals. I don't need people trolling. But just in general, there's people that might see I'm doing something that's could be improved, just like from a posture or something. I'm all about that. I'm open to always trying to improve it, and then I do add things to it. So if people have their own versions of their forward part warm up and they have pieces that they use that are really effective, I'd love to hear about those. You can post them in the chat or comments on clips or however you'd like to communicate to me. Right now, SoundCloud is linked on my profile and YouTube, so there'll be more to come. Now the right leg. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. There we go. Oh, man, you feel that? That is amazing how much that burns. I tend to fear that exercise, or that part more, not fear, but I just know I feel that section the next day, I would say. What's my wingspan? Okay. Put these back on. Man, I'm actually gonna run and grab my water bottle before I continue on. Enjoy this moment of zen with Snorlax. Sean, right back. crushing out today. Another product I was going to toss in that's part of Highly Tested and comes from one of my good friends' stores. It's the Barber Skate Shop. So definitely check it out if you're in Lakeland, need a haircut or need anything for your quad skates or skateboards, stuff like that. So awesome shop, only place I get my hair cut. And they got cool products. It's a little dual-sided brush. One side's hard, one side's soft. And I use it for my beard and my hair. But pretty crucial kit. I didn't use a beard, like a brush or anything on my beard for like a long time, like I'm sure lots of people. But I have like really crazy hair that like just wants to be like, bah! So if you have hair like mine, it definitely helps to try to brush it, especially like when you get out of the shower, if it's like still damp and you're using a brush like this, you can actually help shape it. So like I won't end up using much product. Plus the brush itself seems to like develop some like good oils almost like over time, where it kind of helps like, I don't know, just shape and re-oil your hair like after you wash it a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so great product, great shop. Definitely check it out. Zulu water bottle. I think this is from Walmart. Got the Liquid IV Passion Fruit. So Liquid IV is my go-to here. Like basically in Florida, I found that was the thing that worked best for me. I tend to dilute it. Like I'm usually going like twice the amount of water per their recommendation. So I think they say it's 16 ounce per packet. I do at least 24 to 32 if I can. Anyway, hydration is key for outdoor activities. All right, let's get back at it. Okay. Yeah, function strength training, I guess, is going. Let's get back into it. And it autopause, and I guess auto started again. Thanks, Snorlax, for holding it down. Forgot to take my opening pressure shots. That's okay. I've got it. it out. Two. Three. Two. Be present, be pleasant, participate, be great, shape your fate. I lost count. I lost count. Yeah. Oh. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Thing. Oh. Yo. If you're just joining us, this is the Sean Believable Show live. Monday morning edition starts at 10 a.m. and streams until I'm done. Typically 2 to 3 hours. We are in the middle of the Sean Believable Show 4-part warm-up. It's how my AM, Monday, and Friday shows will start. Right now we are in functional strength training part 2, about 20 minutes into it. And I think that part's actually done, so we're about to move on. All that part done. Now we're gonna go to the outdoor run, and we're gonna add a little bit of music for this part. Okay, buddy. My apologies for running on papers. Hopefully I'm gonna find an outdoor location that I can do this from that is more just like grass and stuff. I just don't have that location yet. So right now, this is one of the temporary starting locations, but I have 8 locations I have been testing and filming from. It's just some of them don't have live stream capacity. So. All the music you hear, you can find on SoundCloud. I'm going to go back to the bottom and work my way back up a little bit. How about I did make something you love. Oh, you're on a mission from Earth. That was good. 5:45 gotta go. I featured that on one of the last episodes. Love and Light. I don't think I've done this one. See if it's any good. I think we can work with this. out. I work out to work out again. We run to run again. We dance to dance again. We ride to ride again. Oh, okay. Can't forget. Sure, we'll do it. We'll do it to this one. All right, so we got it's 5:45, and I gotta go. This is a track I made to help remind me to go pick up my kids way back in the day. And that's sometimes how I use my art, like, because I didn't always have space for it. I would just like make it be something useful, at least to me to start, and then maybe later on, it might become useful to somebody else. So anyway, 5:45, I gotta go. That's the track. We gotta do the Sean Believable Show burpees challenge. So I committed to doing the amount of burpees for the episode. So today's episode 7. So I'm gonna do 7 burpees. Now, what I've decided is I don't know if I'm gonna do them all in a row, and it just has to be done in the episode because it's gonna get, that number's gonna get high really fast doing 4 episodes a week, Monday, Friday morning at 10, Monday and Friday morning at 10 p.m. So, well, it's really only the morning ones I'm doing the burpees. The night show, if you've tuned into that, is gonna be more gaming and like action music, just different types of activities and guests and stuff. But that is not going to be so much a fitness one. Might be some music video stuff, maybe some like martial arts, like my kids beating me up with swords and boxing gloves or something like that. But yeah, we shall see. So anyway, here is the burpee challenge. It is episode 7, so I got to do 7 burpees. Yeah, let's get that music back up. The thing I love about burpees is you do them and you feel them like after. Okay, we're not doing hot game. All right, so that does it for the Sean Believable Show challenge. Burpees done, check. Now, one of my favorite parts. Finished workout? Yes, I did. Thanks for asking. Okay, I guess I would tell them. There we go. Okay, so now comes the dance part. Before we do that, though. Oops, sorry. First, definitely need some gloves and some headband. Those of you who have tuned in already probably have seen me mention the Halo headband. This is a product that I purchased and been using. Big fan. Got the patented sweat seal. I like the taper design, good quality. Use the crap out of this. Made in the USA. It's always nice. Oh boy. Okay. Headband, check. I'm gonna go back actually to those top tracks I played from the beginning of my playlist. Since I already played them, I kind of feel like I might run through them again for this dance part. So the most recent track I've released was Sean Battle on 7/7/24. Featuring artwork by my brother and an artist named David Natalia. Find it on his website. He's been kind enough to let me use in-process shots of his work. So no finished work, but these are all like shots he takes of the work in process. So anyway, you'll see a good amount of it featured on some of my song covers. Welcome to part 4 the Sean Believable Show Live. It is the 10 minutes of freestyle dance. Hope you enjoy. Hope it's not too loud. Surprising resolve. This is part 4. The Sean Believable Show 4-part warm up. 10 minutes of freestyle dance. At least 10 minutes of freestyle dance. Work the shoulders, work the shoulders, work the shoulders, work the shoulders, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Work it, work the shoulders, work the shoulders, and the feet. Work the feet, work the feet, work the feet, hit the beat.
It's time to face it. Don't rearrange it. It's time to face it. Don't rearrange it.
Sure, that back roll don't look graceful, but remember that I'm over 40.
It's time to face it.
Got 2 shorties, takes a toll on the body. That's why I do it. Try to move real fluid, just like I do it.
It's time to face it. Don't rearrange it. It's time to face it. Don't act complacent. It's time to face it. It's time to face it. It's time to face it. Don't rearrange it. Don't act complacent. Don't rearrange it. Don't act complacent.
I've been looking for the right thing. So baby, tell me where you're hiding.
Surprise guest. Wait, where's the phone? What's this? Hey. Let's see. Happy New Year's. Just to let you know, you are a surprise guest on the Believable show, but you do have impeccable timing, David Battaglia, the artist I was just talking about, whose in work cover art was a photograph provided by him. So thank you for joining us. I'm in the middle of my 10 minutes of freestyle dance. You got anything super important or anything you'd like to discuss? Oh, thanks. Well, happy New Year. I know I missed your call a couple times, where it's been either late night where I was gaming, or I feel like you've called me a couple times where I was streaming. So, anyway, well, that's good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll hit you up when I'm done. I'll talk to you later. All right, see you. Bye. So eventually, what should happen in that part is, one, he knows I'm doing the show, and he's calling in as a guest, not just random. But in this case, when he would call in, the idea is that I want to be able to just like jump, like if it's a FaceTime, to include him on the stream or include the phone audio. So I'm just saying this as a note so I can clip it out when I'm talking to some audio engineers and people who know more about this game than me, or when I'm doing my research. Anyway, I just want to make that as a note, because that's one of the ways I do want to be able to include, where if people see that I'm streaming and they're like, oh, I want to jump on. If they're on Twitch, they can actually join. I got to work through exactly how all of that works. I haven't tested that part yet. It's a newer feature, at least for me. But yeah, so anyway, I haven't been able to figure out an easier, consistent way to get the guests on that I want to, so that's why it hasn't been a heavy part of the show. But going forward, as I tackle some of these technology hurdles and format and location challenges, you'll see more and more guests. So anyway, back to the 10 minutes of freestyle dance.
So baby, tell me where you're hiding. Tell me where your head is. I don't really get it. Maybe I can fix this. Baby, if you let me. Tell me where your head is. I don't really get it. Maybe I can fix this. Baby, if you let me. Mama, don't be mad at me. That would be a tragedy. Mama, don't be mad at me. That would be a tragedy. I've been looking for the right thing. I've been the hottest. I've been the hottest. I've been the hottest. Me? I've been the hottest. I've been the hottest.
Doing it for years, didn't even know. Now you know, cause I got a live show. Here we go, come along. This been in the plans for many years. Somebody's getting tired. It's all in the That's for my son. He appreciates a good dad. Can you dab lower than me? That track's called Glass Sliver. That last one. There was one before that, but you guys had heard it earlier. Master set.
Workout paused.
Oh yeah, now you're pausing? Cool. See, it says 6 minutes. Yeah, that's right. That'd be funny to see. I think it's because I wear it too loose. Anyway, so that's part 4 of the 4-part warm-up. So now we're warmed up for part 5, the activity, which today is going to be my mountain bike pre-check. So basically, if you're riding, honestly, any type of real mountain bike trails, green to double black diamond, it's highly suggested, one, that you have a bike suitable for the type of trails you're trying to ride, number 1. And then once you have that suitable bike, you got to find a suitable maintenance to do to that bike to maintain it, because mountain biking is like it's a wearing type sport, so it's not something you can kind of just like buy a bike and then be like, I can just ride that bike. One of the most simple is like the tire pressure on my mountain bike tires, my tubeless tires, is going to drop probably up to 10 psi every time, and 5 psi difference in a tire is significantly different in handling and performance, and also how it protects the wheels themselves and the rim. So anyway, you're going to meet the Levo Turbo, which is my special bike. Bought it used at AJ's Bike Shop, shout out. And I basically bought it for $3,500, and at this point I think I put about the same into it, and I've replaced almost everything on it. So I'll touch base on some of that. This isn't going to be an episode that dives deep into the Levo. It's more about just showing you the pre-ride routine that I do with the Levo. That is kind of also crucial. So like if I don't do that bike check, then I don't get to go ride. Kind of like a flight checklist. My buddy Nick would appreciate this. He's going to be on episode 10. We're going to be playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, talking some Microsoft Flight Simulator. I just lost my train of thought with that. Anyway, that's what I get for trying to plug and tell a story at the same time. Anyway, all right, let's get to the pre-flight checklist. Anyway, it's like a pilot's checklist or a checklist you have when you're going to fly a plane. Each plane you fly is going to have a different checklist of things that you have to do to be able to get that thing off the ground. And so that's kind of how I view this warm-up. It's like the pre-checklist to be able to get this thing off the ground. So here we go. First, I think we're going to move one of these mats. Excuse the sound. Probably will be the best way. So let's do this. Rotate this. And let's introduce. Now, this speaks to highlytested.com, the whole concept of highly tested. Having gotten to work with products on the retail side and the wholesale side, I really appreciate any consumer products that are just awesome or that don't suck, right? They're just good. So this is a tool, the PCS-10 part tool. I think it's called the race stand. I don't know if they make this exact model anymore because this thing, probably 20 years old, honestly. So now these are about as old as my riding tights, the Pearl Zumi riding tights that I mentioned in an earlier episode. Yeah, so old from probably got this when I was in my teenagers, before I was in my 20s. But it's been a great little portable stand, so it can fold up, both the legs fold up. This will slide down, maybe at the end of the episode. It's adjustable here. You got the nice clamp here. Overall, nice and stable. It was just something that if you're racing or wanted something for your car or that's portable, this is pretty legit. And I found it was also worth, could also do the job of an everyday stand. So that's kind of when I was getting this. That's what I was hoping for. And I don't know, 20 something years later, I'll have to do some research. I bet I can actually figure out when I bought this, so. Because I take lots of photos and videos. And I'm like a digital hoarder, just storing all sorts of content. Okay. Bring the gain back up a little bit here, since we're not doing music right now. That looks like it's in the shot pretty good. I think that's gonna work. Alright, cool. This looks good. Alright, some of the things I'm gonna need for this next part. Also part of highly tested. We have the Air Tool by Specialized. It's a mountain bike 508cc pump to pump up my tires. Oh, now you want to come outside? I like that. Yeah, just finish that. No, that's okay. So fluffy, Nala. Fluffy Nala, she's so fluffy. She's the fluffiest of them all. Where's your sister? Where's your sister? She's like, I don't care. It's all about me. It's all about me. She's so fluffy. Thank you. You gonna help do the bike part? Bike maintenance? Or are you just gonna sit on my mats? Yeah, sit on the mats. Cool. Alright. This is also something that I'll show. This is what I put together as my, what I would call a travel bike kit. So this is basically everything I need to be able to do most like maintenance and repairs to a limit. Obviously, anything major is gonna have to go to the shop. But this lets me do the maintenance I'm talking about. Really, I'll go in depth onto this on a specific episode, but I just wanted to kind of introduce it. This is my kit that basically has all the stuff that I found from my, I think I started riding for real like when I was like 15 years old until now in my 40s. So, and I do have 9 years as a bicycle mechanic, so I do have some mechanical skill, but I still take a lot of stuff to the shop that is outside of my expertise because the specifics of each bike and the technology advances a lot. So I may have 9 years of experience, but it's old. It's from like way back in the day, all my teenage years. Still applicable though. Shout out to the pony shop. All the good people crew used to work or do work over there. I'm hoping to have some of them on as guests. All right, I think it's time for the bike. This is the Levo Turbo. I believe it's a 2021. Like I said, bought it used, still had a warranty on it. I think it only had 400 miles on it when I bought it. So, been a great bike. I have broken the wheels and had them do hand-built wheels, which have been phenomenal. Had to replace the tires multiple times. Exploded the shock, had to replace that. Broke the motor, broke the pedals, replaced the brakes, broke the seat post, replaced the seat. Yeah, that's a lot of what's been done on it. But I will say now, riding phenomenal. So anyway, it's in a really good place. Really happy with it. It is an e-bike. Yeah, that's one of the things, man. Like, these things are heavy. So as far as when you're picking these up, definitely remember to like lift with your legs when you're trying to put these bad boys in there, because they're like 40 pounds. And especially if you've had disc issues or things like that, it's easy to have something like this get you, especially at the end of a ride, you know, or at the beginning when you're like cold. Let's see, hopefully it's charged. I'm gonna charge you. Fully charged. Good job, Sean. Okay. Yeah. Too tight. Let's see. I've never done this before with a bike, so that doesn't look too bad. So we kick it up a little bit. Yeah, because I forget, like the chat covers like a big section of it. And so I think people who aren't used to that, I've gotten some feedback, they're just like, oh, like, is that out of view? And because they can see it, but since it's covered with the chat, you don't want to be doing, I guess, key stuff. Oh, this is good. I think we do it. There we go. Could lower it maybe a little. I think it's probably good. For these purposes, Sean Believable Show Live, episode 7, we are going through part 5, which is going to be the pre-bike maintenance that I do before I go mountain bike, or basically use the bike. So I typically do it in a certain order, and I do, just because I'm like this, I keep track of the like stats, like the basic, like what PSI was I riding, or if I introduced a new thing, like, oh, first ride for the wheels, because I use trail forks, and you can, that way I can always go there and notate, like, oh, I had like my best time ever, and it happened to be the ride I got like new tires or some switch. So basically just I have certain metrics that I track every time, or try to consistently, so that it gives me good reference. So it's one of my, like, I use it for highly tested, because a lot of the products I'm testing and filming are being done, you know, like while I'm mountain biking, so, or during that day. So let's start with the wheels. We got our Specialized Air Tool. So right now I'm riding the front of this Maxxis Minion DHF. Beast of a tire. Highly recommend for places like Alafaya State Park, Bon Voyette, any of those type of sugar sandy type trails, rooty, wet wood. Whee. This is also like a nice little workout. Oh, you'd be surprised how much of a workout I'm getting though. Wake up, shoulders. It's about 33, and like it's fading, so it was about 32 when I took it off. Plus, I always assume it's gonna lose like a little bit as I go to take it off. Started, I think it was about 20 psi. So like I said, you can easily lose 10 to 12 psi, like in between like a week. Or in just a few days, honestly. It just depends on how old too, like your tire sealant is in the tubeless tires. Whew. This one was at like 24. And we got 30. 34. So we're done with this. Next, we have a no-name generic shock pump. Couldn't even tell you. I think I've had this forever, but I think this is as old as my part tool. I could be wrong with that. This, I'm not even sure if this has a brand. We will call it generic. Alright, so I've been riding the rear shock at, and this is a E-Float. Let's see. The Float X Box Extra Volume at 234. It's 240, 230. That's about right. Doesn't take a whole lot with the shock pump, or like the rear suspension or front suspension, especially like if you're not filling them from a deep, but small chambers. The front of this one doesn't really need to be refilled that often. I still check it just to make sure, because I always feel like it'll be like the one time I don't check it, I'll go out there and it's super low for some reason and then fails. And I learned the hard way, which I've done. You'll see some highlights of the crashes I've had. They are quite spectacular. Alright, we're at 91. Let's give it one boop. Boop. 2 boops. Basically put it at 92. The setting on here is basically almost all the way open. Like I have it maybe just out. Touch back, but pretty much open. And I think I've got rebound. I think there's like a middle setting. I'm pretty sure. Right. Typically, now I'll take this and usually like just check the drivetrain or the wheels and stuff for any like debris, because a lot of times riding you'll get, you know, pieces of grass or plants or just leaves and things that'll get kind of stuck in weird places. So I always check to make sure I don't have something messing with something, that everything's there, and then I'll try to clean off any like excess gunk or whatever to just prolong the life of the drivetrain if I can. Show it a little bit of love. I do find, just like your body, in your mind, you give it some love, it tends to love you back. So I feel like your bike and products can be the same way. Give them some love, and they again tend to love you back. Or at least you get the most out of them. What is that? Where's the needle nose? My needle nose pliers. I might have stolen them. I try not to do that, but once in a while I will take something from my bike kit. But I try to have it like a home tool kit if I can, and then like a travel kit, just because it makes it easier than inevitably when you need something it'll be in the wrong place. So make sure the wheels are spinning freely, like as far as the brakes. Make sure I don't hear any rubbing. Make sure they stop. Make sure they're not loose. Feeling good. Now, especially on an e-bike, you got to be pretty diligent about maintaining the drivetrain, especially if you want to prolong the life. The e-bike with the kind of on-demand torque assist and stuff that you get, especially depending on how you shift, it's going to put a lot of torque and wear on your drivetrain. So if you own an e-bike, just expect that stuff is going to wear at a greater rate than it being like a non-e-bike. This is what I just purchased like 2 weeks ago, basically over Christmas. AJ's e-bike chain wax. It's work. It's been good stuff. Trying to get some of the excess dirt off. I'm not trying to get, I'm not cleaning it super clean. I never lube the chain like on the top gear or the highest cog, the largest cog, because I don't want there to be a chance of contaminating the disc brake. So I always tend to go towards the bottom, not all the way to the bottom, because I tend to lubricate it here in the middle, work down, and then work up. That way, I put it on here, I kind of put it on these ones that get a lot of the work, and then I kind of, after I feel like I've gone through all the cogs and spread the lubricant around, then I'm working my way all the way up to the top. So I just, that's kind of my technique to help limit getting too much overspray. Also, just don't use too much lube. This is a thing that on an e-bike, if you don't have a stand, it can be actually really a pain in the butt to lube your chain, because it's not like you can back pedal it. Like when you back pedal, it doesn't move the chain like it does on a typical mountain bike, like regular mountain bike. Try to go inside now a little bit, front and back. Hopefully get it around a couple times. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how much I need to use of this stuff. So then I'll let it just go a little bit on one cog. So that's I'm on third gear up, I'll drop it down. Drop it down. So far so good. Dropping all the way. Sound good, so push up. Pretty good. Up. Good. Third, so fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, gotta skip one. It has this shift has the capacity to shift multiple at a time. So if you press it all the way up, it's going to shift more than one. Bring it back down. Now this is something I've been doing. I really don't know if you're supposed to do this or not, but I'll end up just using my fingers to kind of, if I see there's some of the chain loop that's just kind of floating or hasn't worked its way in, I tend to just kind of push it around. It's probably better to do this with something like some type of brush or something instead of your fingers, because your fingers probably have some oils on them that maybe aren't as good for your chain. So I don't know. That's one thing I'm doing that I should spend a little more time researching, or next time I'm at the shop I'm gonna ask him about that. I'd be if it matters. It might not be that sensitive, and just like getting it spread around is probably better than just leaving it fully uneven. Anywho, run through one more time. Shifting seems good. So we got brakes, tires, suspension, shifting. Check. Bottom bracket and stuff looks good. Rear suspension. We'll check this post when we do the test ride. So we've got a new, this just went in, a box transfer post. This dropper post goes up and down when you're riding on it. Honestly, I find nowadays, for especially like an e-bike, this is as important as like the shifting to me when I ride now. So there's times where I'm I'm dropping the post to shift my riding position or weight more than shift the gear, and it's like they happen at different points, but it ends up being a really crucial component to mountain biking nowadays. So like when this broke and I was waiting to replace it, I couldn't ride it. I was actually riding my wife's bike, which is basically a medium version of more or less this bike. So different components. Kind of fun to ride the two different ones. Reminds me of like playing Forza, or GT7. These will be some of the games you guys see me play on the Monday night and Friday night 10 p.m. stream, where like the different tracks or different cars, front wheel drive, mid-weight or mid-wheel, like make it understeer or oversteer or have different behaviors and just drive differently. And it's fun where like if you're riding the same trails over and over again, like I do, as you change things like tires or wheels, or from a medium to a large, from an aluminum to a carbon, it all has like a different feel. And just so my wife's bike understeers a lot more, it seems like, when I'm on it, with it being a medium, where this thing it kind of oversteers and I have to guide it in more. But this thing is probably more stable just overall. And I still probably put up faster times on the large. Okay, so I think at this point is pretty much I just go test ride it. So part 5 is done. Normally I would go test ride it. I do probably every, 10 rides. I'll go through and just like check my bolts and stuff like that. Or if I'm feeling on the ride like something seems loose on the test ride, I'll go through and check, just make sure that all the bolts and stuff are good. So anyway, we're gonna head off to the trails to get some footage. I may do a quick test, stream test, and see if it is possible. The last time I did a stream test, at Alafaya, it was probably a few years ago, and there was just not enough signal. Like, it would set it up, but when people would like check it for me, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So we'll go test it and just see if that's still the case. And if it is, then we'll film, and hopefully either tonight or on the Friday show, I'll have some highlights of the trail report. That's another thing I'm trying to figure out. I'm deciding on software, if anyone's got feedback on which software they prefer for their live stream setup. I want to be able to integrate video highlights of like footage or past footage, or like the highly tested video recaps and stuff that we're going to be doing. So right now I'm working on how we're going to integrate that, because this current setup, if I go to switch it, it just ends the stream. So anyway, that's that. As I mentioned, these will be going out on the trails. Basically, I am actually wearing today the 510 Only the Brave Adidas, I believe. That's like the collab riding shorts, Troy Lee design, and then the bibs are the what is it, like the ZOIC? It's an Italian brand. But anyway, some of the gear that's been part of the highly tested product rotation. Sweet. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Sean Believable Show. Special shout out to Keith. Definitely been showing up, checking the stream out. I appreciate it. Helps with testing and just making sure everything's working. So appreciate any of the support. I will be on again tonight at 10 p.m. most likely going to just be doing some gaming and stuff. I'm getting closer to having the picture-in-picture set up, so all of you guys can see me, because that seems to be, you know, the norm. So you guys can see me while I'm playing games. Anyway, until next time, this is Sean Believable, and thank you for joining episode 7.